On to story number 2. A mansion on the hilltop in Vizag has created political ripples not just across Andhra Pradesh but also across the nation. The NDA government in Andhra Pradesh has accused the ousted YSRCP government of splurging 500 crore rupees of taxpayer money. TDP claims that the luxurious property, which is located on the Rushikonda Hill, was meant to serve as a camp office for Jagan Reddy, who had previously declared Vizag as the capital of Andhra Pradesh. TDP and Congress have accused the YSRCP chief, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy, of the splurge of public money on building a palatial mansion. Times Now is the only channel to report from the ground and take a look at this ground report.
This palatial-looking building behind me at Rushikonda Hill in Vizag used to be the camp office of the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy. TDP, which has come to power, now claims that this was not a camp office, but in fact it used to function as the personal palace of the YS Jagan Mohan Reddy. The TDP, which opened this building, which was inaccessible to the public, showed many items which has been spent here, including what they claim at 25 to 30 lakh rupees bought up exclusively for the former Chief Minister YS Jagan Mohan Reddy. Now, sources in the party informed that this building will likely to be leased out to private players and the state government will earn revenue on it. But politics over is broken out, and YSRCP claims that this is nothing but revenge politics, where the TDP says where the public money was spent on this building for personal lavishness on the former Chief Minister.
Chandrababu Naidu's party and Congress have alleged that the opulent property built on Rushikonda Hill, a 9.88-acre sea-facing site, has toilets bigger than the size of houses meant for the poor. According to the ruling party, 95 crores have been spent on levelling the land, including removing trees. 21 crores on beautification of surroundings, 33 crores for luxurious interiors, including 36 lakhs on a bathtub. 3.5 lakhs on a commode, 15 lakhs on a chandelier. And all this has come from the state exchequer. On the other hand, YSRCP claims that it has constructed the building in the true spirit to rule from Vizag, and that buildings were to be used only for government purposes. Listen into the war of words.
On one side, we don't have money for basic amenities. Are we in a position to build something for 500 crores for somebody like the Prime Minister or the President who may visit once a year or once in 3 years? Does it make sense? They have no defense. On record, their leaders have been caught saying that this is CM camp office, so they cannot escape from that.
It has come to light that it is the people's money that was spent on Rushikonda Palace, and this is not excusable. If it is the people's money, then the people should know why it was used, and if action needs to be taken, it needs to be taken, because the YCP government had taken a debt to the tune of 8 lakh crores of rupees, and spending money like this irresponsibly is not excusable.
We constructed in true spirit of better buildings to rule from Vizag, and that buildings should be used for any government purpose, but that buildings are belonging to government of AP, not the buildings are not for Jagan Mohan Reddy or YSRCP.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And for more on this, let's go right across to our guest. Joining us is Professor Jyotsna Tirunagari of the TDP. We have K. Ravichandra Reddy of the YSRCP. Sanjay Jha, author, is with us and continues from debate number 1 as the Tuhin Sinha national spokesperson of the BJP. Let me start first with Mr. K. Ravichandra Reddy. Mr. Ravichandra Reddy, you know, we had a similar discussion earlier, and there was a question that I asked. What was this project? Is it a tourism site? Is it a resort? Is it a camp office? Is it a Chief Minister's residence? Because at different points of time, we've been given different explanations to what really is the work that was going on at that site on the Rushikonda Hills.
Sir, after bifurcation, good evening to the entire panel. And after bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh, we lost Hyderabad. For bifurcated Andhra Pradesh, there is no big city other than Vizag. And we lost all privileged, luxurious buildings in Hyderabad. We are not having any privileged buildings to host anybody, whoever comes as industrialist, Prime Minister, President of India, any foreign delegates, anybody, even for camp office of sitting CM as well. When he visits, actually Chandrababu Naidu earlier regime also, when he visited, he stayed in hotel, 7-star hotel. But multi-purpose way, we have completely designed and had lavish buildings, and they are
but 500 crores of taxpayer money, sir. 500 crores. It's a huge amount of money. 36 lakhs for a bathtub. What justifies that?
Sir, if you are saying 500 crores are taxpayers' money, in name of temporary secretariat, Chandrababu Naidu in his regime, he considered a temporary secretariat, and that expense shown was 956 crore. And for repairs purpose, again 100 crore plus, almost 1100 crores his expenses has been shown. Now,
well, two wrongs don't make a right, but yes. Okay, if that is the point, I would like the TDP spokesperson to respond, Professor Jyotsna Tirunagari. It was a bigger expense during Mr. Chandrababu Naidu's regime, is what's being alleged here by YSRCP.
They keep saying all these absolutely wrong accusations. Anyways, first thing that he quoted was, we need a privileged building. We need a place for the dignitaries, the international dignitaries. In fact, the CM also. Sir, the earlier Haritha resorts that we had there, which were worth 200 crores almost, we had almost 48 or so 45 to 48 rooms there, sir. Now, of the entire 500 crores that they have spent, it is plus almost 500 plus crores of that they have spent. We hardly have 12 rooms in there. So what is the justification? I don't understand. And when you mean to say privilege, so having a bathtub worth 36 lakhs is privilege? Having a commode worth 3.5 lakhs is a privilege? What difference does that make, sir? I really don't understand. Again, then they talk about the temporary structures. What temporary structures? You have, for the past 5 years when you were in power, when Jagan Reddy was in power, he used the same buildings. So how do you call them temporary? The meaning of temporary, when we built that, the meaning of temporary was, see, now that we do not have an immediate place to start our administration from, we built certain places. We call them the secretariat. We had the High Court built. We got all the administrative blocks built there. After that, after these people took over, they have not even laid a single brick in Amaravati. And now, again, sir, I'll come back to the point. He calls them privilege building. So the entire state is completely debt-ridden. We almost have 12 lakh crores of debt in Andhra Pradesh, on the people of Andhra Pradesh, right, incurred by the state. Now, in this time, when you do not have money to actually give salaries on time, when you do not have money to construct Polavaram on time, when you do not have money to construct Amaravati on time, when you do not have time, when you do not have money, in fact, one second.
Yeah, one second. Mr. Reddy, you can respond to her. Yeah.
Mr. Ravichandra Reddy, you have to let me talk.
Okay, conclude your point, please, Professor Jyotsna.
See, what I'm trying to say is, they have given, sir, in the entire state of Andhra
Mr. Reddy, please, 1 minute, let her speak. You can respond to her.
They have not even built proper houses for the poor. For the poor. And now you come and say that we have built a privilege building. For what?
Please explain to me, sir, what justifies the cost on taxpayer money, Mr. Reddy. Once again, Professor Jyotsna, let others also come in. There are two panelists who have not even come in yet. But I want Mr. Reddy to respond to the questions that you raised. What justifies, sir, 36 lakhs spent on a bathtub, or 15 lakhs on a chandelier, or the huge, 100-inch or 100-foot, whatever it is, television sets, which are also apparently in lakhs, if not in crores, that they cost. What justifies this kind of lavish expenditure, Mr. Reddy?
Sir, I invite all national media with the expenses of YSRC. Please visit Chandrababu Naidu's house where he is residing now at present as CM. And ex-CM also, he resided there. It is not belonging to him. It is a gifted house. And he is residing at river bank.
Sir, a private property and a government property is a world of difference. Mr. Jagan Reddy also has private properties which are huge palatial bungalows. Are they not there?
Sitting
How can you question anyone's private property? This is taxpayer money, sir. This is government money.
She is alleging about Andhra Pradesh privileges. Andhra Pradesh can take decisions for Andhra Pradesh people's benefit. We don't need Telangana lecture.
Who are the people who benefit from 36 lakhs bathtub? Tell me. How many people benefit from 36 lakhs bathtub? Mr. Reddy, please tell me. How many people benefit from a 36 lakh rupee bathtub, Mr. Reddy? Please answer the question.
Public money in name of temporary secretariat around 1100 crores.
Mr. Reddy, you're not answering the questions I'm putting forward. You're not answering the questions.
He actually made a song. Sir, you will surprise. One thing I want to specify in national media, he made a song praising him in name of Polavaram, Jayamo Jayamo Chandranna. And it cost 87 crores for that Bhajan Brundan he paid. Is it not public money?
Sir,
in Indian history, no other.
Two wrongs don't make a right. If at all you're saying also has happened, please explain to me, Mr. Reddy, which are the members of public who have gained from this 36 lakh bathtub? Please tell us.
He looted money, 87 crore rupees.
Mr. Reddy, I've given you many chances. There's no answer coming. You're not willing to engage with the question I'm asking you, so I have to move on to other panelists. Let me bring in Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, does by any stretch of imagination a 36 lakh rupee bathtub on government expense, is it in any way justified according to you? And of course, you've seen the other expenses also that we put out.
You know, Madhav, I want to make a point that is very critical in this debate. I'm not going to address the issue that you have asked, because both the TDP and the Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy's party can address that. But I would like to tell the TDP representative here, and through the medium of your program to Mr. Chandrababu Naidu himself directly, please do not fall into the trap of Mr. Modi's BJP of doing political vendetta. The BJP rides on the shoulders of their regional allies, and it eventually consumes you. So I would like to tell Mr. Naidu through your program, look at the experience of the JDU in Bihar, the PDP in Jammu and Kashmir, the Shivani Akali Dal in Punjab, the Uddhav Shiv Sena in Maharashtra. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Sanjay Jha, we are discussing an opulence of governance. You may have a problem with anyone playing politics, but please, if you're not going to stick to the topic of discussion, I'm going to interrupt you there. But since you've raised a question against the BJP, I'm going to give BJP a chance to respond to that, because the charge over here, Mr. Tuhin Sinha, is that BJP is a party that ends up ruining its allies in the states. Is that what's happening here?
It is using the ally as a medium.
Well, Madhav, you would recall last week, what was the first cabinet decision taken by Modi 3.0? Sanctioning 3 crore new homes under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Why? Because the objective and the whole purpose of Pradhan Mantri's Modi ji's politics is empowerment of the poor and providing a house to every poor. What is the objective of Jagan Reddy's politics? What is the objective of Arvind Kejriwal's politics? It is brazen self-aggrandizement. It is shameful that at a time when Jagan Reddy should have expedited the construction of Amravati, when he should have been worried about the 12 lakh crore plus of debt which Andhra is reeling under, he was busy constructing a lavish 500 crore mansion. I'm not even getting into the details which you've already mentioned. Equally shocking, this is not confined to Andhra. Kejriwal had done something very similar, 50 crore bungalow, and he did that during the height of the COVID crisis, when the COVID pandemic was at its peak. And I'm not even getting into Priyanka Gandhi's bungalow in Shimla because I don't know the details of it. But like I said, the larger point is the whole objective of these politics, the politics of the India Alliance and the opposition is self-aggrandizement of the most brazen kind and complete insensitivity to the poor.
All right. Let me put this question across, in fact, to the TDP as well.
He mentioned my name.
Yeah.
Let me just give him he mentioned the Congress.
Very quickly.
Explain that. Yeah. Madhav, here is the truth. I think the TDP spokesperson should know. The BJP is like an anaconda. It's like the giant anaconda. It's using you as basically as a scapegoat to attack Mr. Reddy. And the anaconda will swallow you inevitably one day, and you should be aware of that. That's all.
You're entitled to interpretation, but I'll let the TDP spokesperson respond to that. TDP spokesperson, Professor Jyotsna, would you like to respond to Sanjay Jha, who says that you're falling into the trap of the BJP?
Sir, I think they're all daydreaming. Let them dream. I don't have a problem with that. They can think of anything that they want. It's their, we have that freedom of thought also in our country, I suppose. So now I'll come back to our point of discussion, sir. I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that because it's not something that's probably worth answering from our end, because we are a strong alliance partner in NDA. We have formed the NDA government in the state of Andhra Pradesh with a thumping majority, and we have formed the government at the center, NDA government at the center, with a thumping majority. Again, I would say, because they can't say, BJP lost or TDP lost. Sir, we gained 21 out of 25 seats in Andhra Pradesh. So thank you for your advice. Thank you for everything. I think it's the Congress representative there. So, but I'll come back to our point of discussion, Madhav sir. I'll come back to our point. Initially, I have one small objection of what Mr. Ravichandra Reddy spoke. He called me saying that I am from Telangana. I don't have any right to talk on Andhra Pradesh. I'm sorry, sir. I think he forgot. I'm the national spokesperson for the Telugu Desam Party and have every right to talk on any issue that is of national interest and also that is of state interest for any state, sir. Thank you for probably raising that point, because through you, I think many people will understand what is the national and what are the national interests and what are the state interests. Now, sir, coming back to the point of the discussion again, sir, I really don't understand what kind of a justification have they got. When we ask about what is the issue, I mean, why have you constructed such a huge and massive and magnificent palace? They say that, nahi, pehle kabhi, Chandrababu Naidu ji ne ye kiya. Ya fir pehle kabhi, somebody else did that. Sir, we are asking you a question. Where have you got this money from? Under which head? Which expense head? Whether it is the tourism department, whether it is the roads and buildings department, whether it is the municipalities, under which head have you put this expense under? Because you say it's a government building, you say it is for the people, you say it's the public money. So let me please let me understand, where have you put that expense head on?
Okay, like, Ravichandra Reddy, respond to that. Once again, Professor Jyotsna, please, this is limited time debate. Everybody has to speak. Please allow everyone to come in. Ravichandra Reddy, since you asked a question, in all fairness, let him respond. Ravichandra Reddy, is it tourism department? One second. Just listen to my question. Be a little calm, Mr. Reddy. Listen to my question. Is it tourism department? Is it, is it a resort meant for by the State Tourism Development Corporation? Is it a tourist spot? Is it a camp office, or is it the Chief Minister's residence? What is it? First, tell us that.
Sir, we built privileged buildings. It is for multi-purpose use. Anybody can stay royal guest because of Prime Minister, President of India, foreign delegates, even Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, whenever comes other Chief Ministers as well. And that blocks can be used. They are permanent structures. In name of temporary structure, they looted public money, misused public money, and 1100.
No, but one second. Is it a camp office or is it a residence? What is it?
एक बात पूछना चाहता हूँ सर मैं आपसे, अगर नेशनल स्पोक्सपर्सन के रूप में ज्योत्सना जी बात कर रही, कर्नाटक के बारे में बात कीजिए, पंजाब के बारे में बात कीजिए, ओडिशा के बारे में बात कीजिए, sitting happily in Hyderabad, all privileged buildings gone to Hyderabad. Our biggest city is
so that is the prerogative of their party. You want to speak on Punjab, please speak on Punjab. Who's stopping you? What kind of logic is this, Mr. Reddy? This is not correct. No. Please don't derail the debate. It's a very serious debate we are having. Once again, Mr. Reddy, This is not correct of you to launch a personal attack on anyone. I do not allow personal attacks in any case on my show. I think all the other panelists can vouch to that. So this is, I think, an extremely poor line of argument. And I will ask one question though of Professor Jyotsna. I'm seeing your hand. Professor Jyotsna, simple question. Here is a party that says that these are government-owned assets, these are not private property, and these are necessary infrastructure for a new state that has been formed. How do you respond to that? Because they say that in Visakhapatnam there was perhaps no other kind of structure available for these kind of purposes.
Sir, if it is a government property, first question is, why did they demolish the earlier existing properties? Was there any problem with them, sir? Earlier we had Harita resorts. Was there any problem with them? Why were they demolished? First question. Second question, one second, sir, let me talk. Mr. Reddy.
Mr. Reddy, you can't keep interrupting everyone. This is not done. This is not done, Mr. Reddy. She is asking you a question. Let her respond.
Sir, one more thing. When they said these are government buildings, if that is the case, they should have given some sort of a government GO, or the tender should have been invited. Sir, even for a 36 lakh bathtub, they should have called tender, sir. Even for a chandelier, they should have called tender, sir. Even for, beautification of the entire area, they should have called tender, sir, if it is government building. I think we know the process, Madhav sir. We really know the process. If there are government buildings, if there are government structures, so definitely there should be a transparent process. Why weren't people allowed, even including journalists, even including officials, even including public representatives, why weren't they allowed inside?
Respond to that, Mr. Reddy. Respond to that.
Without any tender, is it justified?
She's asking you, where was the tender? What was the process? She's asking you the question.
Can it be nominated to Navayuga Construction? Chandrababu Naidu awarded 5,000 crores nominated in
Sir, answer about this Rushikonda Hill. Why are you going to other projects? I don't understand why all the other projects have been brought in. Just answer the specifics of this project.
These people are teaching us. We know better activity. We done public interest activity. We can compare. You have to compare. We request you, all national media, come out to Andhra Pradesh. Come out to Andhra Pradesh. Let us find the truth. Where actually Chandrababu is residing now.
I have no problem, sir. You point out wrongdoings of the TDP as per your perception. Can you tell us the specifics of this case? Was there a tender? Which is the department under which this construction happened? Do you have the specifics?
It is tourism department actually built that buildings. Specifically, the entire record is in present government. They can check it out. Who is objecting? Who is going to?
Tuinsina, have you heard of a chief minister's residence or a reception or a camp office that has been constructed by the tourism department? I at least haven't. How do you look at this? Because there seems to be on the face of it at least a number of irregularities.
Well, absolutely, Madhav. You nailed it. A tourism department constructing the CM's house is unheard of, and it only shows that it is completely arbitrary. It is completely out of turn. I am today very shocked by the Congress party not being able to take a stand on this very, very serious matter, and the way they have been undermining the political maturity of regional parties which don't support them. I take strong objection to them repeatedly sermonizing TDP against BJP. I think, rather than them taking a stand, I really appreciate the way TDP has stood up against this malpractice of Jagan Reddy.
Sanjay Jha.
Yeah. May I remind Tohin, and I think you have a TDP spokesperson on the program, that Mr. Chandrababu Naidu was trying to gather the opposition forces to take on Mr. Modi.
What does that have to do with Rushikonda Palace,
One
sir?
minute. Because of cooperative federalism. Because of the threat to the independence of states. And
Sanjay
Jha,
see, I have no problem with you attacking the BJP. Fair and square, you can do so. But at least stick to the topic of the debate. We're talking about a gross, we're talking about a big allegation of an extravagant expenditure. It's happened in other states. It's not like it's happening for the first time. Why are you refusing to engage with the topic? Do you not think this is a matter of public concern?
Madhav, I'm speaking here as a citizen of the country, not as a political animal, because you know that in the case of Arvind Kejriwal, despite all the hullabaloo, they have been able to prove nothing. And here is the point. The BJP...
I believe there are certain matters that are still pending, but nevertheless, we are not discussing Arvind Kejriwal here. As a citizen of a country, doesn't worry you that taxpayers' money is being splurged by netas like this?
You know what worries me? What worries me is in this country, the government of Mr. Modi has given away the resources to crony capitalists. It has given the youth no jobs. There is high food inflation, and it is destroying cooperative federalism in the country. They are making TDP and Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy's party fight because the BJP wants to capture Andhra Pradesh.
Sanjay Jha, you're completely avoiding commenting on this, whether it is right, whether it's wrong. As a citizen, if you're truly speaking as a citizen with your hand on your heart, then certainly this is not something that one would expect from anyone who's representing any political party and, anyway, who knows the system to actually respond as far as this particular matter is concerned. Sanjay Jha, it is absolutely, normally you take a very balanced stand. In this particular case, you're completely avoiding the debate. Completely avoiding the debate.
Both these political parties have their representatives here. They have both, I think, made sense for their own constituency.
Sure, so at least take a stand. So take a stand. Say that the TDP is right, the TDP is wrong, the YSRCP is right, the YSRCP is wrong. At least take a stand.
Madhav, I'm worried for the future of India under a dictatorial government.
So those governments that splurge, that's fine for the future of India, according to you.
Well, I do believe that the public of the state of Andhra Pradesh will answer at the right time.
At least now you've taken a stand somewhere. At least now you've taken a stand. Thanks so much, Sanjay Jha, for finally taking a stand after about 20 minutes of prevarication. But on that note, I'd like to thank all our panelists, Tuinsina, Professor Jyotsna, K. Ravichandra Reddy, Sanjay Jha, for joining us. This is certainly not the last word we've heard on it. We are going to continue to track the story. There are, of course, documents that would, in the due course, come out that would actually show what has happened and the gravity of the violations, if indeed there are any, in terms of the extravagance. There have been allegations of corruption, so on and so forth. We will, of course, look into all of these aspects in coming days as well. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.